Hey, welcome back. So today I'm documenting my first drives with FSD 1261. This is one of the most anticipated updates us Hardware 3 vehicles have received, probably the most anticipated since version 12 was released last year. What you're going to see on these rides show some amazing progress in the FSD technology, but it'll also show some real critical issues that are holding it back. In fact, I'd call them significant regressions. This is a longer video because I had a lot to cover, so feel free to use those bookmarks if you want to speed ahead. There is one critical situation that pops up that you'll want to see for sure. Okay, we're going to have to turn right here and get immediately into the left turn lane. I'm just waiting for a vehicle that's moving into the left turn lane there. You're going to see it come onto the screen very shortly. FSD is being very patient, and now it's inching forward and very smoothly moving over to that left lane. So it did a very good job with that. I can already feel that's a little bit smoother. And now, I'll make comments on this video about smoothness because it's just something you can't see, but it's obviously something you can feel. All right, it's my turn to make this left turn. Let's see how it does. FSD usually does a very good job with this left turn, and take a look at the wheel there. Look at that. I've got no oncoming traffic. Look how gingerly it's taking to make this left turn. Interesting. All right, I'll make note of that. That was much too slow for a left turn there. That's definitely something that's gone back from the previous versions. But one thing I do notice right now is that it very proactively moves into that right lane, and it's signaling well in advance again to get into this exit ramp. So I can already feel a little bit of a difference between this and the 12.5 versions of FSD. Very smooth. I can feel it right now. The acceleration's very smooth. Let's see how it is when it gets onto this ramp. Now this is the first time I'm going to be driving on a fully integrated end-to-end AI driving stack for Tesla's FSD. So let's see how it manages it. Take a look at the speedometer. Good acceleration. You can see there's a lot of precipitation out there. There's a lot of spray on the road, so we'll see if that has any impact on the cameras and the performance of FSD. Got a few cars coming up there on the left. Very good proactive signaling. Very gradual, nice move into that lane there. Definitely smoother than the previous version. Now I'm just moving up to the next exit, and I'll be getting off. Usually FSD would really swing me out of this lane very hard on previous versions. You can see it's putting me into that lane, and this time it's much more gentle. So that's fantastic. So that's a definite improvement on this version of FSD. And the highway driving, before it would just swing me in and out of these exit lanes very abruptly. And this time it was very smooth. When I get off this exit ramp, I'm going to have to get into the left lane. So let's see if it keeps me here, if it's going to move me over. Again, I can feel that the deceleration is nice and smooth. Oh, there you go. You can see it's, again, proactively moving me over into that left lane. It's doing a very good job there. Excellent. Yeah, and the movement is so smooth. I have read some comments about the smoothness, but it is something to behold when you experience it. Now let's see how this left turn goes. Okay. All right, now that left turn was good. That was a moving left turn there. I wasn't doing it from a stop, so it did that well. And I'm going to be turning right up ahead, so let's see how long it takes to put me into the right lane. But so far it's looking like it's going to do it proactively, and yeah, there you go. I would say that before it would probably be another 10-12 seconds before it would move me into the right lane, and here it's getting really ahead of that. So that's great. That's exactly what I look forward to. So excellent performance. Again, this is just the first leg of our ride. But so far it's been pretty good outside of that first left turn. I'm going to keep monitoring turns on these drives though. Good. And I can notice again, it's signaling again a few seconds before even that right turn lane opens up, which is really good. Sometimes it would squeeze here in the last second, but it's doing a good job. Let's see how this right turn is. Okay. All right. It's a little slow there. Not as bad as the left turn, but something I do notice. So I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to do some trickier tests out there and see how these turns continue to operate. But I've just arrived at Costco, so all in all though, it felt pretty smooth. All right, now we're going to be leaving Costco. We're going to be doing a left turn here onto the intersection and going back onto the highway to check the end-to-end stack performance. Okay. All right, this left turn was pretty good. Nice and smooth. Alright, so we're going to have to see if there's any consistency or any issues when it comes to these left turns. Maybe that was just a one-off issue. All right, you can see on my map up ahead, I'm going to be getting onto the highway. Let's see how smooth it is. Now, FSD's had issues with this ramp before where it would decelerate to about like 40. You can see that I'm accelerating quite a bit now. I'm about 65. And right now, I think it had previous mapping issues. It would drop down to 40. But you can see right now it's smooth, considering the weather conditions as well. Yeah, and it's not dropping the speed, so that's good. All right. Excellent improvement. Definitely noticing that. All right, let's check the acceleration. Very nice. You can see lots of traffic here, so let's see if we can squeeze in and how smooth it is when it squeezes in. Very good. All right, this lane will end, so let's see when it moves over. Ah, good. Nice, smooth lane change. Excellent. So definitely the highway performance so far has been a lot better. I would definitely say that the driving characteristics I see in FSD right now are a significant improvement, and I've only been driving it for a few minutes. And look at that. Yeah, because I'm getting off at this exit again. Gets me into that right lane to get off. Good job. Good distance management there. I am driving in medium mode right now. We've got the new speed profiles. I haven't tried aggressive yet, or I think it's called hurry now. It's good distance management there. Speed is still good. Now we're going to get here to this, the end of this ramp, slowing down nicely, and we're going to have to turn left, and look at that. Wow. Moved me into the left turn lane. I don't think it ever really did that before. It usually would keep me in the middle lane and turn me left because the middle lane can go either left or right. But this time it put me into the left lane, which was good. Hey, I like getting ahead of that card. All right, 2 thumbs up on that one. All right, now we're going to do the left turn. Let's see how slow it is. Oh, see, look again. It's a little bit too slow here. It was a little bit faster than before, but that was just a little too slow for me. So I think we may have a regression here when it comes to these left turns from a stop. It's just really does that turn very gingerly. It's very apprehensive. I think that might be the only issue. It's gonna good braking there. And we're gonna start off here. Now up ahead, I'm gonna be turning right, and you can see, wow, so well in advance it's getting me into the right lane. So this is a definite improvement. I love that. I love that. It really takes away a lot of the anxiety when driving, when you're not concerned that you're going to be in the right lane or not. Okay, so I'm going to be turning right here. Fantastic job. Again, these are pretty slick streets right now. Had a bit of a warm spell today, so no snow, but lots of rain. Oh, look at this right turn now. It's a little slow. Yeah. You see, we were making good progress there, and then it got to the actual turn, and you can see it was slowing down. Now take a look at my speed right now. This road here is supposed to be 40 kilometers an hour, and I'm going at 26. And I've got a car behind me right now, so I'm sort of tapping on the pedal right now to push it up ahead. Otherwise, I'm probably going to get honked. Look at that speed. I'm pushing on the pedal right now to get it going. Otherwise, it's being really sluggish. It's interesting. And the driving characteristics overall have been very good, but on this street right now, it's struggling. Yeah. Please leave a comment if you've been noticing this as well. I'm going to see if this is going to be a continuous issue on these slower streets or not. Going to be making a left turn up ahead. Yeah, really slow. Ooh. Yeah, I wonder if this is another regression or not. Look at this. Look how slow it is getting to the stop sign. All right, I'm going to have to make this left turn now. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's no cars here. No cars behind me. No cars to the left or right. What's taking so long? It's inching forward and then stopping. Inching forward, stopping. I'm going to be patient here. Look at that. What is going on here? Is it because of the weather? Is there an issue with the cameras? I don't see any issues. It's not moving at all. Oh, this is horrible. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take over here. I can't wait here forever. I've got a car now coming up from behind. Interesting. Well, I think we have a definite issue here when it comes to the left turns. There's something they're going to have to fix. All right, let's pick this up again. Okay, now I'm going to be getting back onto the highway again. Going to be trying out some new ramps. I'm going to see how the highway performance is over a longer duration. Once again, FSD does a very good job proactively signaling, getting into that right lane. Right, getting to a stop. Good job. Yep, no oncoming traffic there. So good, does a good job here. Now look, it's trying to put me into the left lane. I don't know why I need to do that because I'm gonna have to get onto the highway on the right lane. I don't know if it's trying to get ahead of this car here. Oh look, now it's trying to signal right into the right lane. Oh, but now it looks like it abandons that because you see that car in the right lane, it was hitting the brakes, so maybe it thought it had to get around that car. So now it's staying in the left lane, and now it's signaling back again now that we've passed that vehicle. I'm actually okay with that. It was trying to be very proactive with that, but maybe it's a little too proactive. Okay, just going to speed up the camera here. Now pay attention to here because we're going to have a huge critical issue pop up. I am now getting into the right turn lane. I'm going to be getting onto the highway here. FSD has always done this turn very, very well. Look what happens right now. Check out the wheel. It just gives up and just totally misses the right turn and starts going left. And I gotta take over there because you can see I've got a lot of vehicles there and I want to make sure that they don't crash into me. Let's look at it again. Again, turning right here. No pedestrians, nothing get in the way. Look at the wheel, it's about to turn right, and then it just gives up. It doesn't do it. It just starts pointing me to go straight. And I immediately take over because I've got lots of vehicles coming up there on the left, and I have to take over, otherwise I might have a critical issue there. So this is a huge issue. And I don't know if this is because of the new software version or because of the precipitation. I'm going to have to test it again, but I had to take over just for the safety of everyone around. So that's a huge issue. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have to take over. I'm going to speed up the camera here. I'm just going to have to turn around and get onto the highway from the other direction. We'll see if I have any issues going on with that. All right, so let's have FSD take over again. Now we're going to get on from this direction, see how it goes. Real hit and miss on this drive so far. Again, when FSD's been driving, overall, the characteristics have been very smooth, very proactive, but then you got these huge issues popping up. All right, good acceleration there. As you can see, lots of traffic, lots of spray on the road. These are challenging conditions for an autonomous vehicle. Good signaling to move over there. Previous versions of FSD always tripped up in this area, but here it's doing a good job. Nice and smooth. Now, I do have an HOV lane. Let's see if it actually tries to put me into the HOV lane or not. It's moving me over. I love how it's moving me over like that. It's doing it very smoothly. Okay, it's holding it right now in this middle lane. I'm okay. I'm not going to intervene. I'm just going to see how it's going to do. Previous versions, it would get me over into that left lane as soon as possible and then get me into the HOV lane. Right now, though, it's not doing it. Again, good distance management there, keeping me nice and centered. You can see we got some faster vehicles there going on the left. Now my offset that I've got is about 10%, so I might have to push it to go a little bit faster there. What I'm going to do is just going to speed up here, and you can see actually FSD did move me in over into that left lane there, but there is one more lane to the left which is an HOV lane, but FSD's not moving me there. So right now I don't have any vehicles that are inching up behind me. And what I'm going to do right now is my wife wants to go to a different mall right now. So I've asked FSD to change the arrival position. And we're going to see how it adjusts because it's going to have to get into the right lane immediately in order to do that. So let's see what happens. And there you go. Immediately it starts moving over one lane. Let's see. I got to move over a couple more lanes and I got to do it relatively quickly. Oh, good job there. See how it's accelerating past this vehicle? Good. Now moves into that right lane there. Got to move over one more. Wow. Well, see how fast these cars are all driving around me from the left and the right. So FSD's got to do a job managing the distance and the speed of those vehicles, waits for it to be safe and gets me into that right lane. Wow, great job. Okay, so it did a fantastic job there. So right there on the go, I had to change where I was going to be driving to, and FSD did an amazing job with that. So I would say right now, the driving on the highway is fantastic in this version. So I'm glad we finally have that. All right, so for the final leg of this drive, I am going to be actually leaving IKEA right now. And I'm going to activate FSD here in the IKEA parking lot. and we're going to see how it performs. It's a little tricky actually getting out of here. You'll see why. Let me activate it. As you can see, you're activating. Now, on the left there's actually a ramp, and I've got to stop here because sometimes vehicles come down that ramp from the second level in the parking lot, and they'll swerve right in front of me here. And the FSD is trying to make sure it's all clear there from the ramp, and it sees so, and it moves forward. And we're going to be leaving the parking lot here. Now I can see the pedestrian here who's walking in front. So FSD is going to be slowing down. You can see it's slowing down. It's being a little cautious there because there is that pedestrian. Okay, it's got to determine that pedestrian's not going to be crossing in front of you and moving forward. I got some vehicles behind me, so I'm cognizant of that right now. Okay, so we passed that person. Still driving a little bit slow, which is fine. We're just going to be exiting a parking lot. Doesn't need to go much faster than that. But I do have this guy inching up behind me right now, and I've got space to go. And yeah, so you know what I'm doing right now is I'm putting my foot on the pedal to accelerate it a little bit, because that guy behind me was getting impatient. And take a look now. You'll see this guy is just going to swerve right around me. I got to get into the left lane, but I can't because this guy is fed up with me. So again, these turns from FSD are very gingerly slow. Not fast enough. Definitely not fast enough, and a bit of a regression, I think. Again, we're letting these vehicles pass, and then I've got to get into the left lane. Just waiting before we run out of space. Okay, it does a good job there. All right, let's do this left turn. Hopefully it does it faster than the previous left turns. Oof, yeah, it's doing it. Can go a little bit faster. All right, I got some vehicles behind me. I got to swing over a couple lanes to the right. All right, moves over one. Now it's going to move over one more right lane here. Yeah, it's getting tripped up. I don't know what's going on. It's not moving over or not. Yeah, you know what? See that? I have to take over again. Like the guy behind me, he was being patient. He saw that my car was signaling. Yeah, I'm apologizing to him right now. But it wasn't moving over. It was just much too cautious. Yeah, so that's a definite issue, I think. I'm just noticing some of these apprehensive behaviors on this version of FSD. Which is too bad because it's really smooth. Okay, let's see how this right turn goes. And again, look. See how slow this right turn is? Damn. That is just way too slow. All right, I'll fast forward again. And the reason why I'm fast forwarding is this is where FSD does a fantastic job. Again, just managing the distance very well. Very smooth. It's okay with the speed offset. Not speeding. Not going too slow. So here it's doing a great job. All right, I'm going to slow it down right now. If you look up ahead, you see I'm going to have to get off the street and get onto a ramp back onto the highway. And hopefully FSD keeps me into this lane, because I'm going to have to get into the left lane, and that left lane clogs up quite a bit with people trying to get onto the highway. So I don't want to mess around with that. Actually, I really wanted to get into the left lane if it can sneak in right now. Oh, but look at that. So I've actually moved it into the hurry mode right now, and because of that, I think it wanted to get ahead of all this traffic, and it put me into the right lane, but it's put me into a really bad predicament, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get into that left lane unless I really disengage and floor it to get ahead of these rows of cars there. You see, I'm just talking to my wife there, telling her what I'm about to do. So I'm going to have to disengage, wait for the green light, and then I'm just going to have to gun it to get ahead of these. Otherwise, I'm going to miss that ramp. I'm just going to have to circle around. It's going to take forever. There we go. Activate ludicrous speed. And quickly get into the left lane. Okay, I'll activate FSD again. But you see what happened there is I have it in hurry mode now, and it hurried me into the wrong lane, really. There is no way I was going to... And you can see this left lane, it just blocks up because there's so many people trying to turn left here. I'll just let these cars pass. All right, it's going to... Traffic's going to... Oncoming traffic's going to open up. Let's see how it does this left turn. Come on, go fast. Okay, that's good. So there's some pretty decent acceleration there, so that's good. So that left turn was okay, and that's good because I had a lot of cars behind me that also want to make that left turn before it turns red. So right now, I'm not a fan of the turns, specifically the left turns, but that one was okay. All right, let's get onto the highway now. Let's see how the acceleration is. And let's see if it keeps me in the right lane. I've got to drive up quite a bit on the highway here, so it's going to have to get me into the left lane, hopefully, so I can pass some vehicles. Let's see how the lane changes happen. Very good. Nice job there, not waiting too long. Moving me over. Again, we got a lot of speeding traffic here. Again, and not the easiest visibility conditions. And oh, yeah, nice and smooth moving over to this lane. the lane changes are fantastic overall from what I've seen. Or what I'm feeling. I can really feel the difference between this and previous versions. Good acceleration as well. Really good. And look at that. Yeah, it gets me over to the left. Let's see if it puts me into the HOV lane. There's still one more lane, which is an HOV lane, but it doesn't look like it's going to do it. Maybe I have to check my settings to see if HOV is enabled or not. It always is, so I don't know why it's not going in this time. All right, so I'm going to speed up the camera again, and it's doing it again. Good job here in the left lane. I'm not blocking any traffic. Speed's okay overall, considering the driving conditions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down the camera now, just to see how proactive FSD is in getting over into the right lanes, because I'm going to have to get off at the next exit. Yeah, let's see if it's going to accelerate past this car. Let's see if it gets into the right lane once it passes this vehicle. Nope. It was signaling, but then it saw that I was really making some good distance on that truck, so it quickly passed that vehicle, and now it should swing over to the right lane. Let's see how it does it, how smooth it is. I really need it to move, though. There we go. All right, good. Nice and gentle, smooth. It's one of the best enhancements I've seen so far of FSD on 12.6.1. It's really good on the highway, I'm finding. Now it's got to get ahead of this vehicle here, and let's see if it does that and then moves into the right lane. It's already signaling before it even gets ahead of that vehicle. Finds its moment to move over. Good job. All right, we're going to be getting off here. Oh yeah, she's got one more. It can move over, I guess. Oh no. See, there's two exit lanes here, and once it's determined we're going off the exit, it got me back into the left lane because I am going to be turning left here at the exit. So I'm okay with that. I think that lane, if it kept me in the right lane, that would have become a turn left or turn right lane. So that would have been fine as well, but I'm okay keeping me in this lane. Good deceleration. Distance management is solid. Well, whatever Tesla has done here to improve the highway driving and getting on the on-ramps and the off-ramps, they've done a good job, although I did have that one critical miss there. Not sure what happened there. I'm going to have to test that one again. Okay, good. Let's see if it's going to make this left turn or not. The light's changing. Oh, look at that. Even with the light changing, it went for it. I'd say on previous versions, it would have just slammed on the brake there, but, you know, I was okay with that left turn. Good job. And immediately gets into the right lane, which is good because I'm going to be turning right soon. That actually, I think, is the best enhancement so far of 12.6.1. It really gets ahead of these lane changes now. As you can see, my wipers are working overtime today with just all this mist getting kicked up into my windshield, lots of rain. Again, this is going to be something that FSD is going to have to manage, is precipitation and liquid getting onto the cameras or blocking the cameras. Okay, again, signaling even before we have the right lane opening up. It's got to move me there though. Okay, moves me in. All right, let's see how it handles this right turn. Okay, take a look at the wheel. It's a little too slow. Look, see, it gets me going now, and look, it puts me immediately into the left lane here. I don't know if it needs to put me into the left lane that quickly. I'm not turning left anytime soon, or maybe this lane is ending, but that turn was too slow. That turn is too slow. That's going to be one of the themes of this video. Much smoother driving, proactive lane changing, but the turns are just not good. Not good at all. I think it's a significant regression there. Just too bad. You know, we're going to be coming to the end of this video, but up in a minute or so, you're going to see some other significant issue pop up here with FSD, and it's definitely worth looking at. See, I wasn't driving too fast here. That guy in the right lane was kind of sick and tired, and he just went right by me. Okay, here we go. So we're getting to close to the end of the drive. We're going to have to be bending left on this road. I want you to keep an eye on the speedometer, okay, as we start making our bend to the left. This road's about 40. So right now the speed's good. Okay, now we're going to commence with our bend to the left. You can see it's slowing down, which is fine a little bit, but now look at it. It's going 29, 28, 27. Like, why is it going so slow? There's no reason for it to be slow. 26? 25? What is going on here? There's no vehicles behind me. There's nothing, but look at it. Now it's down to 12 and 11. It's like stopping the car in the middle of the road. Like, what is happening? This is utterly ridiculous. Yeah, gonna have to disengage and take over. I'm arriving at my destination anyways, but what was that? I have no idea what's going on. So yeah, that takes me to the end of my first few drives on FSD 12.6.1. So my thoughts on this. First off, and I can't minimize this, FSD feels much smoother in this version. The lane changes, the acceleration, the deceleration, probably the most natural it's ever felt on an FSD drive. Did a really good job there. You know, as I said, very, very natural. You know, I first started driving, if I closed my eyes and felt the driving, I would have sworn it was a human that was driving it. It was less herky-jerky actions, very, very smooth. But unfortunately, there were a few issues that were holding it back. It was much too cautious, first on the turns, and then some decision making it made in the lane changes. The lane changes were smooth on the highway, but too cautious at times on the main streets. I had a lot of cars wanting to pass me because it drove too slow. And lastly, the turns were just really poor overall. You know, way too slow, not as smooth as the overall driving. And of course, we had that critical error on the right turn onto the highway. So let me know what you think. Have you experienced anything similar like this? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go test out in some dry and clear conditions to see if the performance gets any better. So thanks for watching. Your support is always appreciated. Subscribe if you like these types of videos and if they interest you. And you drive safe. See you soon.